want to share with you 2 really quick reasons why you should never agree to confidential settlements of your medical malpractice case or any injury case at all. Number 1, if you agree to a confidential settlement, your injury settlement becomes taxable income. What does that mean? Ordinarily, a recovery in a wrongful death case or an injury case is not taxable by the IRS. But if you agree to confidentiality as part of the settlement, you can be subject to income taxes on a portion, if not all, of the settlement. Let me take you back. About 25 years ago, Dennis Rodman, the Chicago Bulls basketball player, kicked a photographer who was courtside. The photographer sued Dennis Rodman, although he didn't really have any injuries. There was a settlement for $200,000 with a confidentiality agreement. Confidentiality means that you cannot discuss the settlement with anyone. Your attorney can't, you can't, nothing. And if you discuss the case, then you violated the terms of the settlement agreement. But in that case, what happened is the IRS came back to the person who brought the lawsuit against Dennis Rodman and said, hey, you owe us income taxes on your settlement. Now, eventually they worked out some compromise, but the bottom line here was income taxes were due because of confidentiality. Confidentiality is a horrible thing that you should never, ever agree to. Second reason, when you agree to confidentiality, you are not really helping other people. We exist to improve the quality of medical care for other people in other cases. If you agree to a confidential settlement, you can't say anything, your lawyer can't say anything, and you are not doing anything to improve the quality of medical care for other people in the future. So for that reason, confidential settlements are terrible.
That's terrible.
Now let me give you a quick story back in the courtroom. One of my cases, the attorneys meet to start a trial. It's the first day of the trial, and we go into this little courtroom where it turns out that we've agreed on a settlement for $4 million. But here's the little catch. Just as I'm about to put the settlement on the record in court, one of the defense attorneys in the back of us says, wait a minute, we're gonna have to have confidentiality. And I said to the judge, I've never agreed to confidentiality, and today will not be the first time. The judge said, okay, great. Let's go into the courtroom and let's start the trial. So just as I'm about to turn and leave to go start this trial, the defense attorney said, you know what, Judge, we don't need confidentiality after all. So that's the bottom line. If you draw a line in the sand and say, I am never going to agree to confidentiality, then the defense will not insist upon it. It's that simple. Bottom line, never, ever agree to a confidential settlement. It could be the worst thing that you ever do.